Arknights. I know nothing about Arknights. Just Dante looks so cool, brother. I'm stupid. 1 gigabyte! Fast. Fuck! Fast. Okay, I got a little too cocky. I thought I was just gonna get all of them on the first book. What the fuck?! Way I don't get anything. Oh! It's not an ego. Fuck you.
Why am I not getting them? Dude!
Oh my god, I may have to spend money on this godforsaken game.
Oh, buddy! What? No, they gotta rig it. I bet they rigged it so they could have more money. This isn't funny. I'm not laughing anymore.
Okay. First of all, I'm getting this. Because my glorious queen. Is it better than Fluid Sack? Okay, no, this is not the new Fluid Sack.
Not one singular ego for my poor Victorian child self.
Are you kidding me? Oh, yes, mommy.
Blue! Oh, yes! Okay, I have everything.
Elephant green screen effect.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that works.
Mango.
I was exploring a lobotomy corporation branch when my consciousness sinks into the depths. Granted abnormality, but Sod told us that Hong Kong's lobotomy corp branch should be free of any abnormalities. The abnormality, which had appeared out of nowhere, was more otherworldly than any we'd encountered so far in our journey, and is that the Arknights abnormality, deep blue, and seemed to have a pull that endlessly drew us into itself. Was it that black hole? The sensation of my own consciousness floating away is quite the unfamiliar one. I floated about it in this strange state for a while. T! An unfamiliar voice seizes my aimlessly drifting consciousness. Are you Dante? The fog of my vision clears as the voice breaks through the waves, and a concerned expression comes into view. Yes, I am.
Ah, what a relief! Gregor, I think Dante has come too!
So who are... I was about to ask further questions to the stranger with particularly long animal-like ears. Is this Miss Arknight? I don't have, any knowledge about Arknights besides it's a tower defense. Oh, this is tough. Who is this babe? There was that stranger from earlier, sitting atop a rock and silently taking in the sights. Taking in the Arknights, the Ark sights. So, are those animal ears after all? Okay, that's not important right now. I had to prioritize figure out just where in the world I ended up in. So we're standing by the coastline. Iberian, how are you feeling? Iberia. Is it Liberia or Iberia? I don't friggin' know, yo. Yes, we're in Liberia. I'm just gonna call it Liberia. Well, wait, no, I'm stupid. There would be a capitalized L. Well, given that we're next to an ocean, maybe I drifted all the way to Europe's Great Lake. Oh my god, did I predict it? We're going to the Greater Lake. I radioed your colleagues when you briefly... This is the woman.
I radioed your colleagues when you briefly woke up earlier. They'll be here any minute.
I see. Wait, my colleagues? You must have...
You are short as frick, dude.
Is this Arknight's MC, bro?
Dante.
As I found myself puzzled by these unfamiliar terms, very obvious questions suddenly struck me. Speaking of which, who are you? Huh? Really? You fellas haven't introduced yourselves to each other yet? It's just that... It's just a lot to take in. Foo-hoo! It's understandable. You did just wake up from a pretty harrowing experience. She is, actually, would you like to introduce yourself? I'm Amia, the leader of Rhode Island. What? Rhode Island. Please just call me Amia. I'm Dante, manager of Limbus company. I know I'm late, but thanks for saving my bacon. Okay, I'm gonna jump off of a bridge. Seems that the Rodeo Island is a pretty big corporation, but Rodeo Island... undiscovered zone of the outskirts, or the ruins, probably. Or maybe we've really found ourselves in a completely different world. Yay! This wasn't like the time we accidentally stranded ourselves at the outskirts via a door in the corridor. Amiya stared at me with some concern, as though she felt my distress. I think I could draw a connection of something else that's happening here. Really? Yes, recently anomalous signs and events have been occurring in the area. Ever since a mysterious dimensional door appeared inside a fucking rabbit, girl. It's been said that this dimensional door is connected to something very, very distant, to something that we've never observed before. Seems reasonable to theorize that the dimensional door is how we managed to cross over to this world. Well, we're gonna have to rendezvous with the other sitters anyway, so let's head to the village for now. Something seemed to pique Amiya's interest as she fell into a contemplative silence before carefully speaking up.
I would like to accompany you there.
Sure, I don't see why not. You helped us find manager, Bud, and more importantly, you seem to know a lot more about this place than we do.
Haha! I don't actually know the area that well either, but I should be able to give you some help. They've closed their borders and have practically locked out any foreign influences from affecting them, but I taken a briefing before the mission.
Those borders, huh? Then how did you get in, Miss Amiya?
We followed Dr. Kawaya's directions and illegally crossed the country border.
Oh, does that mean you crossed the border without obtaining any permission about it? America reference. What are we supposed to... There, we saw someone wielding a lengthy greatsword, bickering with two familiar faces. Hey, it's Fishwoman.
Again, move, you're in the way.
You needn't worry, as you do. We have had ample experience battling monsters who are much like them.
Listen, I'm not worried, it's...
Come on, better, Never mind, I'm not doing voices anymore. I'm gonna kill myself. Skinny!
Skinny, are those organisms the Seamoids Dr. mentioned?
They're sea terrors, to be specific, the less sophisticated ones among them. And they're probably here for me. I hear the sticky noise from something vicious, something villainous, slithering against the rocks. When I turn to face the origin of the unsettling noise, I smell the heavy, wet scent of brine. What the hell, man? What the fuck? At the end of my gaze awaits strange monsters, unlike distortions, unlike abnormalities, unlike anything I've ever seen. Yeah, you say that every friggin', the other day. As Ishmael seemed to be a lot more apprehensive about these monsters than anyone else. You think those creatures would be whales or mermaids? I don't know! Oh my god, she's speaking! Okay guys, let's do this. I'm gonna kill these guys. Nervous impairment. Nervous impairment. A 30 stack becomes staggered, then take fixed damage equal to 25. Oh no, I don't want that! Actually, I haven't seen this assist. Oh? Or, I mean the duo. Oh, that's tough! Oh!
Our remaining enemies have retreated to the sea. Good work, everyone.
You didn't think I'd have to deal with anything remotely like this outside the Great Lake. You can say that. You can say that again. It would have taken us the whole day, and that skiddy character didn't occupy the other half, while Miss Rabbit helped us from a distance. Really? Guys, they had 72 health. It wasn't that hard. Come on. Stop the glaze. Strange people who transform. Are you like Groot? And head of clock. Are you not Groot? Are you a caveman? I guess they're both technically true. Well, it's nothing more than
a theory at this point. I think they have a lot to do with the dimensional door we're supposed to be investigating.
Nice to meet you, I guess. I only hear a ticking clock. Oh, that's because only us sitters can hear Dante's voice. Huh? What's up? I know, I'm just wondering how Miss Amiya can seemingly understand Dante. Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, I completely flew over my head that I didn't even question how weird this is.
Their voice sounds like a ticking clock to me too, but I don't know. It's almost like I can sense what they're trying to say, the kind of emotion they're trying to convey.
Her explanation reminded me of the Blue Boy in Sinclair's Blue Boy. How long journey? No idea. It's not like we have a clock with us. I do know that's not very far.
You don't have a clock with us.
Oh, waiter! We got one of those. The strange buildings tell the stories of former prosperity from the bygone era. Our steps leave no footprints on the wet, muddy ground. On it, I see a rotting sign marked with the name Fado Marielto. They're putting down there where we were trapped betwixt a twain of great ships narrowing winds against our sail. And that is when young Ishmael boomed her command most resident.
I know who this is, and I'm gonna
unhand my mouth, for I was just about to regale them with the most fantastic. I would have put you in a meat grinder. I think that'd be really friggin' awesome.
Verily, thou hast returned with manager Esquire safely in tow.
What?
They've a clock head.
I put a clock for a head.
Huh.
Yeah, they may look like that, but they're Dante, our manager, and the rest are...
Oh, hello!
I'm sorry, who are you two? They're two very nice people who helped us find Dante. This is Miss Amiya, leader of Rhodes Island. And this is Miss Skiddy, their operator. They'll be coming along with us for a little while.
You are friends of our saviors.
Saviors! Verily, it is quite the grand idea, to grand title, yet that is indeed the word by which we addressed. To be more precise, by saviors they are referring to Faust and Otis.
Oh, it's my beautiful queen!
This is a warp trade situation because we're in a different dimension. This cause should be identical. We have been connected to an unidentified, unpredictable dimension. However, Faust is aware that the pathway to our original dimension is yet to close this time, unlike the situation back aboard the warp train. So get back to where we came from. Indeed, traveling through the pathway is the most feasible solution. From that, came up with the whole plan to prepare the ship and sail out to the sea. Yes, well, I'm also a genius after all.
Yes! Yes! Yes, you are!
There are many in Terra who are suffering from a disease. The disease crystallizes you, it spreads deeper and deeper into the infected internal organs, eventually culminating in their death. That disease is called love.
Evia showed me the back of her right hand, dotted by what appeared to be obsidian crystallizations. It appears to remind me of the bio-treatments with the backstreets. There was something more to it, something more restless, more sinister.
It's a terrible, painful disease, but there haven't been any recorded cases of full recovery. But there's an even worse problem.
Wait, what could possibly be worse than an incurable deadly disease? Hitler?
No, there have not been any recorded cases of infection by contact as long as the subjects are alive. But when the infected dies, the crystal growths on their body decay and turn to dust, scattering, which is what spreads the plague.
Let's just take everyone with the disease and throw them in the ocean. So what's the problem then? The problem is, Sinclair, is that you're not naked. They're already past the point of caring about what the problem is. Once people are starting feeling iffy, all logic goes out the window. Then Rhodes Island has to be, like, did they just take Rhode Island, put an S there, and was like, you know what, that's a fictional place.
Sob, sob, for truth.
Why did you say sob sob? We both live in worlds full of surprises, don't we?
What kind of world did you live from the city?
What kind of place is the city anyway? The kind of place with too many pointless rules. The kind of place where the moment you think, isn't this too much, you see something even worse. Try as I might, I couldn't think of a single positive thing about the city. Faust is there. It's pretty positive. It's a shito. It's an irrational place full of absurdities. Absurdity is an omnipresence. Therefore, it's not a subject by which one should be aggrieved. We can at least grouse about them, though. I mean, it's the only thing we can do. It would be more correct to experience more and assimilate oneself to it instead of complaining. You did say something like that last time. This is the mood was starting to turn rather sour. Don Kato's shout scattered through the awkwardness.
My father's dead!
Yet were we thee not, for evil ariseth, do doth fixers of justice too. They're gonna jump from her seat and passionately shook her fist, which was followed by a heavy crack of the sound of small pebbles tumbling down.
Oh, gotta watch out!
Who the fuck are you?
How farest thou?
Ferris, thy foot! You gotta apologize first! Let's seem a tad too hyper today. Apologies, for I hardly expected the wall to crumble with such ease. Or did that one hurt? Any injuries?
Forget the apology, I just want to know what happens next. The Fixers of Justice rolls up to do what?
Oh! Oh! Hast thou come to me to hear the tale of Fixers? Name's Mayors, dude. Did they just take a mayor and then put S in front of it and say, yep, that's a fictional person? Did you meet the village chief earlier during the day? He's my Graps. Oh, that nice guy, his granddaughter. But I have not seen you once, Miss Mayors, under the sun. Oh my, you're right, I thought the village was completely tried of any young blood, young thug. Then, this shall do. I shall regale thee with the tale in which the legendary fixer, the Arc Magnificence herself, the Red... Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for people to see that, and they're gonna say, is that the Red Mist? And I'm gonna laugh, and laugh, and then shoot them 42 times. Don't you usually pass out within a minute of your back hitting the hay, no matter how noisy things are? What do you take me for? Some kind of hibernating bear or something? A hibernating bear or something? Look at me, but I'm trying to sleep there to know it all over. It's so big! Aha! Aha! He chimed in that he was rather fond of it with its size being about the same as the boat from his own. While Israel quickly jumped in to correct us that its size alone wasn't anything special at the Great Lake, but it was still pretty big compared to Mephi or the Indigo Elder's skiff. Obviously, man, that's like comparing the moon to a ham sandwich. Its stability is verified yesterday. Let us board the lift. You're 100% sure. You're 100% certain, right?
The boat is afloat right now, Dante. I don't think it'll be sinking anytime soon.
Say that again. Or are you two just going to FNAF?
This isn't real gold, is it? Sure is shiny as heck in here. I've got butterflies in my stomach.
Yes. Applesauce. This must have been an investigative or research vessel of sorts, but it doesn't seem a bit extravagant for one of those, though. Look, coordinates updating in real time, it seems. The coordinates seem to have been set to somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe it points to a small islet. Nope, no islet there. Blimey, lass. You sure know how to sneak up on people. Mayors? What, did I actually surprise you? I did ask you guys if we're gonna come fix the boat today. Still, I didn't know you'd be here. Why are the coordinates set to this location? There are several undersea cities beneath those coordinates collectively known as Eiger.
The remaining entities have all returned to the sea. Is everyone okay?
It was just like our last skirmish. Sea terrors that had surrounded the ship returned to sea even before the battle came to an end. And their retreat felt too orderly and deliberate to be just running away. It's almost like they're making a tactical retreat. Do they have brains? We're doing peachy, but what about the ship? Fow, is the ship okay? Minor damages to the hull, but nothing that will impede the ship's operational capabilities. Phew! So I noticed during the battle, I might be wrong of course, but I think I noticed around the end of the battle, those monsters were starting to go after the manager. You're probably right, actually.
I'm sure they have many reasons, but seaboards are beings of infinite potential, so much so that there's no superlative big enough to properly convey the scale.
Are seaboards the potential fish? What about distortions? Some of them already know how to speak. Distortions are phenomena in which humans transform into monster forms, first absorbed after the White Night and Dark Days incident. Therefore, the example is irrelevant to Otis's position. White Night and Dark Days, she whispered quietly, but as we were standing rather close to her, we all caught on to him enjoying her voice. The Pillar of Light in the city, is it really? How have you come across this knowledge, Miss Mayers? Who do you fucking think? Wait, what? Oh, she didn't. What the flip is Mayers from the city? As we were conversing, Foss descended from the ship with a neatly organized set of tools brought from the village. Repairs completed. I'm guessing repairs are done. Yes, the ship is ready to set sail. Oh, you're so hot! Oh, I'm gonna kill my firstborn. First order of business is to relay this news to the villagers. Yeah, back to the village for now. Okay, guys, this is getting epic. What isn't, actually? So far, I haven't been intrigued.
보고드릴 수 있어 영광이네요.
Oh, money, huh? Now I'm intrigued.
장님을 비롯한 상급자분들의 활약
The
덕분이겠죠.
Inquisitor, Sinclair, remember that? Remember when your family died? Remember that? Who is that over there? Inquisitor, I think we've been found. Damn! The Inquisitor, dressed in a well-kept uniform, was about the same height as Don Quixote. The sword and the lamp hanging from her waist sits in stark contrast with the more run-down, ramshackle village. She almost looked like a fixer from the city. What if she is? Think about that for a second. So the Inquisition has discovered our village. Did you really think that you could forever stay out of the Inquisition's gaze, citizen? That's a naive dream. Fabius disappeared from the Inquisition mid-interrogation under charges of suspicion of membership within the Church of the Deep. Last known location, Salt Flat. The other Inquisitors have informed me that you have been identified next to pirates and its fringes. From a criminal to an outlaw, what a dramatic evolution of your career. But it ends here now. Every citizen here, including you, will be accompanying me to the Inquisition. Fight! Let's kill her! Let's kill her! Kill! What are you talking about? You can't just start arresting people left and right with a tender suspicion like that! You shouldn't! Pyaw! Mayors, is Chief really a pirate?
Well, yeah, but as far as I know, he's been out of the game for a while. And even when he ran with the pirates, all he ever did was share fang beast jerky to villagers. Or carry Igerians between them. Even if you're telling the truth, Mayors, I doubt the Inquisition will be lenient.
You're pissing me off. Your voice is annoying that I gave you.
I don't know much about the laws of Iberia, but Dr. told us that the worlds of Inquisitors were pretty much the law here. It is likely that she is following the proper legal procedures. The procedures are precisely what the villages have fled from, after all.
Well, are you seriously suggesting that we just let them arrest the villages? Didn't you hear what the Inquisitor said? It seems quite cut and dry to me. If this is just standard procedure with no local laws broken, we're in no place to involve ourselves. Our best hope is to take the ship before they impound that, too. We can't do that, even if it is standard procedure, even if they're working within the law. It's not, you stayed up to your mayor's story too, didn't you? Sinclair, what the fuck are you, what do you mean? Even if they're abiding by the law, and those are the guys that broke the law, and they knowingly broke the law, they're wrong! You know, the N-Corp Inquisitors were working within the law too, when they came for the village. That was standard procedure too. If someone, anyone had stepped in then. So facts, Claire. Remember when your family died? Remember that? Well, if she's totally onto us, then we shouldn't give her any excuses to attack us by running away. I was wondering when you were what you were doing there, looking in the background. A clock-shaped head. Are you from the Colombian Union? No.
They're wearing a clock for a head due to reasons, but they have nothing to do with the Colombian Union.
What's the Colombian Union? TikTok. What? Which language are they speaking? Regardless of whether you're from Colombia or not. Colombia? Okay, guys, can we come up with a unique name? Colombia, really? You're not from Iberia. Is Iberia real? Iberia. Map. Wow. That's a really bad airlines. You're not wrong, but I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. I'm quite certain you don't know enough about these villagers to stand between them and an Inquisitor. How long have you been staying here? 2 days. Buddy, don't just... You're not British! Buddy, don't just tell her that. 2 days? Everyone's British! 2 days? Alright, enough of this... What?
Chicanery.
Enough of the chicanery. Get out of my way, outsider. The attempt appears to have been made on quite the unstable ground.
Please lend us your ear for a minute, Inquisitor. Or two. I am Emmy, a leader of Rhode Island. Yes, I am aware of Iberia's close border situation.
I felt hope swelling within me as Emmy began with confidence. Unlike Sinclair, alas, it was short-lived. Thanks to the Inquisitor's quick retort, I couldn't help but place my palm against my forehead at the exchange that followed. Oh, so not only are we dealing with outsiders of dubious origin, we have a legal entry as well?
We had to, because the issue demands urgency,
I've been briefed. Brazenly crossed the border, didn't you? I don't know how urgent that issue could be, but I doubt it's anything more significant than the situation at hand for Iberia and its Inquisition. The High Inquisitor is handling the Rhodes Island issue. Stay put and await the consequences while he and the chatty med doctor of yours talk it out. Do know that your treatment may depend on her negotiation skills.
As for the village chief, I understand that you have the right to arrest him, as he is a fugitive who has fled in the middle of an interrogation and has been sailing with the pirates. However, it is inhumane treatment to arrest the rest of the villagers as well.
Inhumane? This decision is well within the rights bestowed upon the Inquisition. They've lived for years right next to that highly suspicious Iger. The Inquisition must investigate the rest of them as well to verify whether they have committed any acts of treason against our laws. This isn't going anywhere, is it? Listen, they've been surviving for years upon years by the coast without the protection of the Inquisition, and that simply cannot make sense. Oi, I think I've heard enough from you. Ain't it funny how you're blaming them for what is essentially a failure of your responsibilities? Now you roll up in here only to go, they shouldn't be alive, I'm arresting them all. What, are you saying these people should all be dead or something? I am. But they were right. We didn't have the full picture of the circumstances. Getting in the way of an Inquisitor who was clearly a rather significant political entity in the area was most likely a bad idea. It isn't the Inquisitor's job to answer your questions. Continue to truck to me, then, as the standoff was showing no signs of ending.
Miss Mayers?
I can answer your questions, so for now, let's do as the Inquisitor says. Mayers, who had been hiding behind us ever since we returned to the village, suddenly stepped forward. Yet, what of thy grandfather and the villagers? It's alright. I'm sure this is happening only because the Inquisitor doesn't know. What do you mean you'll answer the questions? About the profound silence.
By the Black Silence. You. Decades ago, a great wave ravaged through Iberia. It wasn't long. Are you like 1 zillion years old? Are you one of those guys that's 500 years old, but you look like a 4-year-old? It wasn't long before the seaborns carried by the waves diminished Iberia's brilliant civilization to this. The waves, the profound silence, then must have reduced the village to its current state as well. If there's any reason it's called the profound silence, it doesn't seem to be the most appropriate moniker for a calamity like that. It's because the sea went dead silent before the waves came. The silence then claimed ships out at sea, then the cities of Iberia, then the Iberians. No one could say a word in front of the inevitable calamity. What are you? No average Iberian citizen should be privy to any of the information you're sharing. And the Church of the Deep is really capitalizing on the pandemonium that followed the profound silence. They pretend to be Eiger from the sea, delude the citizenry of Iberia, and are showing chaos in our lands. So it's understandable why the Inquisitors would want to arrest us. Dante! The High Inquisitor once told me that, should I come across an Eiger who knows too much, there is a sliver of a chance they may be assisted to Iberia. Cease! Thou threatening the innocent with thy brandishing of the firearm! But most are seduced by the allure of the sea. Thus, they are, with little doubt, our foes. I've got a bad feeling about this. Gulp! Get out of my way, outsider. Final warning. Run! Quick on the uptake as always, Rhodia slung mares over her shoulder and ran past the villagers, while the sitters scattered in all directions to distract the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor draws her far. Donkey flippin' ote, dude! Does she have a gun? What do you mean firearm? And in the midst of that action, Don Quixote rushed towards the Inquisitor without a moment's hesitation. Don Quixote! Thou shalt go no further! A fixer of justice shan't abide by us, thou persecute them! Forsooth! 'Tis a battle delayed, not avoided. This clash is inevitable. In the motor crisis, seconds before it, this could irrevocably make us a new enemy. Mon 3 Tur! Oh, it's the bum. It's the bum who needs to feed off of Faust's aura to look cool when you're just a bum, stupid cat bum. A large obsidian crystallization in the shape of a monster burst forth between the two of them. God, who is it this time? It is me, bum. Oh, you're Kyle. That's enough meaningless bickering. Dr. Kyle! Do you know her? Yes, she's Dr. Kyle. Rhode Island's medical department's. Ah, Dr. Kyle! Behind you! Grrr. Shoot first, talk later, is it? The negotiations are over. From this moment onward, Rhode Island is now operating within a legal capacity on Iberia territory under the Inquisition's authorization. Amiya, outsiders. As much as you would like to deny it, the Inquisitor's suspicions are true. While it can be said that the process by which she reached that conclusion was unfair, the conclusion itself is, without a doubt, correct.
So they're actually connected to the Church of the Deep?
That is one way to put it. To be more precise, they aren't connected to the Church of the Deep, they are the Church of the Deep. Perhaps their village itself is the dilapidated church of their congregation. Our village, our church? Just look at our buildings, where would we even congregate? Your thoughts, Faust? There are not many resources by which we may analyze the decision. However, the fact that Amiya's colleague has made the same argument as the Inquisitor brings is Q's defense of the question. Yet, I can hardly believe that young Mayers is lying to us. She knew about the dark days. Nobody told her about that. She knows a lot about the silence. Nobody told her about that, I think. So, hold on. You've been chatting plenty with this Inquisition or whatever. How do we know you weren't allied with them the whole time? I see, you really are all entirely in the dark. An expected outcome, given that all of you— Dude, oh my god, she's trying to sound smart like Faust too! Dude, get out, just get out! I'm sorry, seems like we've mired you into this trouble. Say that he's gonna just stab her. Say no such thing. We shall not abide by as one such injustice is perpetrated before our eyes. The village has already been identified by the Inquisition, and the Inquisition has been brought an ally. It seems quite unlikely that word shall resolve this conflict. But we promise you, we will take responsibility for what is done. We have been affected far too much from your warmth and kindness not to do so. The village chief, with a benevolent look, pulls a dagger from his cloth, and I immediately knew what Kosloff was about to say. Take responsibility. You don't have to go that. I knew it. My brain is so large. Blimey! We are now departing for the sea. Yet, as we cannot bring ourselves to leave you here, I must ask you to join us for this journey. Become our blood kin.
What are you doing? Stop!
You had anticipated, or perhaps I was simply in denial of this rising dread. Ambush did not end. Yeah, dude, it was so obvious. Damn it, the Inquisitor was right. Dude, he feels nothing. He's going down like when you get stabbed in the back, but the hose are back. There was no way that they did all that within the span of time after getting defeated unless we just stood there and watched them do it. The exterior, the name, it must have been constructed during the golden age of Iberia. But how are we supposed to chase that? What if we build a raft and rode after them? Man, come on. No, I agree with this guy. She's full of sea turtles. It won't get very far before it sinks. You see something, Amiya? You keep looking at that direction. Oh. The vessel must have soon disappeared in the mist, and the village was left empty with nary a sign of people even having been there as those get over. Great! Leaving only Mayors. She has something to do with it. I say we just kill her and cut our losses. We kill her, and then we get Hong Lu's idea and row out there and leave. Yeah, wait, no, we don't want that. Boom it up.
일기당천. 하나 넘고 물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
Ouch! Sinclair, I want you dead in a ditch. You are a fool, Faust! Okay. Shut up. Wait, fuck.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
Oh, wait, fuck, I didn't read it. Someone has to stand their ground next to the petrified sitters. Yeah. Who do I believe in? I hate you, Ishmael!
직접 타도하죠.
I've never lost a favorite clash in my life. And I don't plan on doing it today.
최선의 방어를.
Yes! Inflict 2 Tremor counts. Get this guy's Tremor up.
위험인물 발견. 제압할게.
Wait, I'm stupid! It don't matter. It don't matter. That's fine. It's fine. They're gonna get unstaggered anyways. Oh, that's not fine.
말도 안 되는.
You! I like charging in recklessly, man. What? Okay, just...
What is he doing? Why are you frozen? He had one. I swear to God, he had one. Oh my God, priority very high. Oh, I was looking at attack and actually saw it. Unclashable. Deal 5% for every enemy with pull. 5 sinking. What? What the fuck do I do? I'll just use that. Everybody else guard.
명령에 따르겠습니다. 다소 즐겁군.
I wish you would head, but that's okay!
適した攻撃でなくとも最善の選択だったはずです
The knight rides upon the violently whining steed. Lance race skyward. The knight races across the sea, splitting its waves. We won't succeed at this rate. Stall them, please, even for a second. I redirect her hand toward the knight. Her aim and will undulates on the same frequency with the waves. You need to get a moment to recover. Topple the waves. Go for his legs, not his lance. We have to stop the knight's charge. We have to observe the situation. We have to stop the knight's charge, bro. Stop that man. The knight's fierce charge briefly wavers when Sitter Otis jumps in his path. When Sitter Otis! The Inquisitor quickly capitalizes on this momentary opening. A blinding spark flies upon her hand cannon, and the knight is thrown off a steed. Slay the ocean skill becomes classical.
현명한 업무 명령이었다.
Oh.
덕분에
Then
시간을
shadow pools under the lone knight. Susurrus of teeming flesh, sliding against flesh can be heard from beneath. Aren't they gathered to defeat the knight? They must have first gathered there, believing him to be one of them, but until they came to a realization that the knight is a traitor to the great wind. The knight leaps off from the surface, but the sea rises violently. Bruce wants to drag him back down. The waves crest high, gnawing upon the knight, crashing him back down to the water surface. But he leaps once again. The cresting waves at his stepping stones, he belongs not to the sea. He stands tall against the great whale, his head held high in eternal defiance. Okay. Sending out a warning for something. I don't know, my goat Sinclair brings the knight's charge to a stop. Then the waves begin to crash in. Once, twice, thrice, but unlike the knight in the back streets, the waves don't stop coming. The waves will always shake the sea. The struggle passive deactivated. The last knight gains the knight's
명령하신
corpus.
임무를 완료했어요.
Who is the knight's corpus? Boom.
직접 타도하자.
Everybody just guard. Oh my God! What is going on? Oh, you lucky duck. Okay, I do not care. Use it. We're going all in.
정당한 공무 집행이다.
전력으로 승리했다. 전탄격발.
Yes! He is so dead. I don't gaff. I low-key don't gaff.
囚人に致命傷を確認至急対処お願いします
Shut up, little guy. Or gal, I don't know who you are. To be honest.
최선의 방어를.
Dude, you're going to feel my wrath.
마치 목숨.
Don't care.
이런 것도 되죠.
Don't care.
もっと効果的な方法
Die. Easy. Oh, we're all frozen. Like, and from the dark, light shines again. I reach out toward it and see, unlike in the earlier phenomenon, which focused entirely and powerfully on Skadid, a single individual that I saw
this time was an unfamiliar place called Kazimierz. How do you know that? This place was filled to the brim with things that Don Quixote would lose her mind over, like knights and their countless fans, an area in which to test one's mettle. But the one in Amiya's thoughts sits far from all of that glory, in a very mundane-looking office. He weaves a well-kempt set of clothing, while his eyes are, with a slight squint, focused on reading the newspaper. The man looked more like an office worker than a knight, but the more radiant part of the scene was a banner hanging on the wall and a sword. Don Quixote was the first sitter who came to mind. Could she, our ardent admirer of knights and pursuer of glory, spin that energy from his sword as her own? Wait, no, he's different. I need someone who doesn't pursue glory, someone who can handle their own tarnished glory. A sitter who can detachedly wield the entirety of their bygone honor is... Yes, there's just one. I'll trust you, Gregor. Use his ego to cue into the knight's charge. Split the waves. Use it like to split the waves, huh? I hear you, manager bud. Let's do this. Oh, yes!
이 검은, 이 명예는, 이 영광은 빛바래지 않을 뿐.
So flippin' it. Oh, my impact frames. The incandescent golden blades of light surge forth, cleaving through the darkness of the sea, communicating with them. Tisk! This will be a problem. Woo! Don Quixote, wait, don't get too close to it, it's too dangerous! Before we could stop her, Duncan had already approached the closest she could to the seaboard, her eyes twinkling. She takes a brief moment to admire the knight and his steed, before asking in an energetic tone, "Oh, mighty knight, what is the name of thy noble steed?" Rocinante. Wait, she can communicate with him? Oh, just quite the coincidence that my noble steed is also named Rocinante. One who is not a comrade. They are a steed, you say? Forsooth, a steed most fine indeed. It hath served me well over countless adventures of mine, despite its appearance. Yet I must inquire thee, noble knight, wherefore dost thou strike the lighthouse so? Ishamla. Ishamal! This is the doctor researcher at Rhode Island. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's this fella. Become one with the sea, become one with the endless cycle of life. And one day, your misunderstandings will end, and you will come to understand us. Looks like the fight between us is going to be unavoidable. Pulled out the identity cards the moment I saw Fabius raising his hand. The doctor seemed to have finished their preparations well, as they and Amiya stood opposite Fabius. Incoming! Get ready, everyone! Let's stop though here for good, no matter how long it takes. The strategic formation prioritized reducing sacrifices to the absolute minimum. Their commands sought to protect, sought to defend, and their forces were to follow them. Yeah, no, but we're goaded and we charge everybody in and we all die. Rhode Island's operation was certainly impressive. That's not exactly our style. All I can do is put my faith in the sinners and push them onward. Our style is... Trust me to bring you back, no matter how many times they cut you down. Let's wipe them out! Murder!
끝내지.
Here come the goons! Okay, so... Don't trigger this, guys. Oh, wait, yes, trigger stuff. What? You better quit it.
가치 없군.
Okay, kill. Win rate.
뜀박질 중.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 좀
이제
알겠지만
끝났네. 너희들이 원하는 대로 된 거 맞지?
Fabius flees again using sea terrors and his followers as meat shit. Oh my god, bruh! Wait, no, I see it now. It's not Fabius who's putting them in harm's way to save himself. The sea terrors and the cultists are throwing themselves in our way, entirely willing to sacrifice their lives to ensure that Fabius gets away. But for all that, the only place left for him to flee on the ship, wounded and cornered by the sitters, and Irene's lamplight, was the decks. Nowhere left to run, Fabius. I understand you can't help but continue to thrash and struggle to live, even knowing that there's no hope, but running will only make your pain worse. That's different. Fabi didn't run to live. A voice echoes from under the dark sky. Mayors? What? Mayors appearing quite different from how she did it. Oh! Is the person that was so clearly evil? Evil? No! This can't be! I told you that your methods won't win their understanding, Fabi.
What a shame. I thought those with such wisdom and aptitude would. I hoped you would still be able to realize your ideal here, even after I'd left. It will be realized, Fabius may die here, but we will remain. Now it's time. Devour me. What? People? Oh, looks like they're about to give us a live demonstration of some gourmet art. I heard it's a pretty common thing in the District 23 backstreets, but I'd rather not see it in person. Hey, I think I'm just gonna look away. That's okay, right? Just what? Doctor. Weaker seaboards willingly let themselves be devoured by stronger ones, thereby sharing their experiences and nutrients with them. This is a commonly accepted practice among them. It is but a behavior that prioritizes survival over all else. This isn't done in any sense of sacrifice. The time. Can we just stop them? Can we just, like, shoot him? You have a cannon thing. Mayors waves her hand and sea turtles come to devour the vessel from the ship and begin tearing Fabius to pieces. Climb up to the vessel from the ship and begin. Oh, great. Despite the way it looked, Fabius looked exhilarated. There a look of suffering and pain wrinkling in his face as they ripped his flesh apart. Dude, that's so awesome! Wherefore did young Mayors? It wasn't Fabius. Mayors was the bishop of the deep. Who would have thought? But a reply, words of which were carefully selected after gazing out of the far ocean, was not what any of us could have expected. I'm sorry. I thought this would be the better way to approach you, but I see now it can come across as nothing more than deception. You sorry? Why? Dante wants to know why you're sorry. Well, that's because I did something wrong. Wait, hold on. You've been deceiving us all along, Mayors, and now you're gonna... Oi, what exactly are you after? You're after the same thing that that geezer was, and ain't that right? Turn us into your bloodkins, that it was all for our sake. Give it all kinds of ridiculous excuses to turn us into one of those monsters. I do hope that you would all one day accept becoming Seaborns. But I'm not about to demand that you let yourselves be transformed today, right here and now. I understand that we'll all need some time to mentally prepare ourselves. I understand your statement to be implying that you will not be forcing this upon us should we refuse. That's correct. It'd be against manners to do what Fabius did, shoving sea terror cells inside your body out of nowhere. Manners, huh? Well, I was taken aback by the fact that Mayors was a bishop of the deep. It was also true that Mayors had never tried to bring us harm, unlike Fabius, who attacked the sinners directly. While she did almost get us in big trouble with Irene while explaining things to us, it's also true that Mayors has been extremely helpful so far. It was her who led us to the lighthouse, and it was her who stayed in the crumbling lighthouse until the repairs were done as that terrifying night continued to assail its walls. I'm going to the city that lies beyond the dimensional door. So, you're trying to flee to a different world where the Inquisition won't be able to chase you? This isn't running away. I just want to help the people of the city, that's all. So, I'm bringing the Seaboys with me to the city. No you're not! How do you plan on helping the people of the city, Mayors? By giving them a chance to become Seaborns. What are you on about? Become Seaborns? She ain't all there either, eh? What kind of help is that? Mayors, you know that's no different from what the Church of the Deep is doing here. No, it is different. Because someone showered the city with the light. The light? The beam of light from the White Night and Dark Days incident. How do you... Could it be... Becoming a Seaborn is to become part of great will called We Many. By doing so, one can be reborn as altruistic life form, but at the cost of ego, the sense of self. And that's always been my issue with it. Everyone has beliefs of their own, dreams of their own. It feels too empty to lose all of that when they inevitably lose their sense of selves as they become Seaborns. Look, I want each Seaborn to have their own wishes. But the light shining through the dimensional door to our world is too faint to push them toward that evolution. If only the light of the city could become more tangible, it just might be able to give every Seaborn an identity of their own, to remain uniquely themselves. How does she know about this? Pick up the phone, baby! At first, I thought all I needed was the clue to a better evolution, but Don Quixote's Tales of Adventures changed my mind. My adventures? You don't understand just how precious you all are. And how would you, when you were born into that kind of world from the very start? A place where life has become a commodity and gold one of its few religions. The city has abandoned its yesterdays to survive today, and by doing so, has given up its tomorrows. Just as I needed the light, the city needs Seaborns. It
He needs their tenacious hold to life and their absolute unconditional selflessness. But at the end of the day, it still means that everyone has to turn to monsters. People ostracize the other. Something that isn't like me, something that feels alien to me, something I don't know or understand. So that fear is natural, because seaboys are the— Why are you still here? But you just have to cross that threshold once. Why are you still here? Mayors, do you believe nature of humanity? Okay, she's gone. A strange shape form shimmers and materializes before Mayors. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but it was round and it looked like a tool. It is possible that she has already met the conditions to Ephesus. A possible explanation would be the absence of the particular pull required to draw it out of her, or the insufficiency of it.
This isn't anything like the arts. What is happening in front of Miss Mayors?
Is our proximity to the dimensional door increasing the potency of influences coming from the city? Precisely. Connection to Foss returning to normal levels seems to indicate that. Wait, people in the other worlds, mayors, also manifest ego? Internal conflict and anguish is a commodity among every intelligent entity, regardless of whether they are from the city or not. Therefore, yes, Faust is quite positive on this possibility as well. However, what does that mean? The potential to effluence an ego implies the potential to distort as well. You've been dreaming for a long time, Mayors, drawing your own picture. Is this Carmen? Why are you here? And you have chosen the ocean as the means to building a path toward that vision. Yet, why have you failed to take the leap of faith yourself? I had to make preparations. Seaboards are beautiful, there's no doubt about it. It's just that a key piece was missing to really achieve what I want. You're not being honest with yourself. I know very well that you were afraid of becoming one of them. The fear that your own creed might crumble, that you might lose your own sense of self, your ego. Isn't it terrifying that this hope could just disappear in a blink?
Who's she talking to?
Is this something Limbus Company has experienced with? If so, I'd appreciate an explanation. She's hearing that voice. When that singular faith that one had absolute confidence in breaks in one's fell swoop and their ironclad will is shattered, people of the city have the potential to distort into a monstrous form at any time. It is said that these phenomena are often accompanied by the distorting individual hearing a disembodied voice. At first I thought it was Kathy, but it wasn't her. Her voice was beautiful, comforting, and even cozy. The kind of voice that pulls all deep contemplation to sleep, so calm and so warm. No, there is more to the sunshine than its warmth. Why would they drop a bombshell of a line from Merceau in an event that is going to be eviscerated off the face of the earth in like 27 days? Don't force yourself to walk the path of thorns. Your pilgrimage needn't be that of suffering. No, you don't believe in any resource, do you? Other than this, anyway. Don't you think we should find a better, faster path with less suffering before more people inevitably hurt each other with their intent? What the fuck is wrong with Carmen? Why can't she just not, you know? You're right. If there is no recourse, it has to happen faster. I can't waste any more time while people suffer. Follow your wishes, follow your desires, and paint. Let's show them the painting of your world reflected in your eyes. Before the compassion they believe in becomes completely worthless. Whoa! Mayors, the yearning flotsam? Is that clear water? I understand the shape of your heart and what makes you want to enter the city, but we still know so little about the seaboards, about Terra, about Iberia. Whatever may have lit the fire under your feet. I can't bring you with us to the city as you are now. Even before the sinners had the chance to translate my words, Mayor slowly turned in my direction as though she clearly understood my words. But I must, Dante. Your adventures were full of exhilarating tales, and I saw kindness in every word and action of you and your friends, but that's not enough.
You don't think they'll change?
No, they will. In the far, far future. An incandescent brilliance burst forth from before Mayors. Holy gorgeous! Past that light, I saw the ocean. The calm sound of gently lapping, crashing waves, the immense golden ringlets. Portal? Where did it come from? Dungeons of the Fathoms. Following Mayors who had already disappeared into the portal, we take our steps into the utopian world beyond. I know, but if I don't go there to help, things will only get much more dangerous for the land dwellers.
Am I underwater?
Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't have even given it a second look, but I thought it would at least help me navigate the coastal area. I didn't expect this. The very first thing I witnessed on the surface was the bottomless hostility against the yacht. It confiscated my catalysts and tore my research apart. My wish to stand with them against the calamity was devoured by the hatred born from the same calamity. Any kindness, any compassion I gave them was repaid twofold in hatred and suspicion. Oh no. The more I studied them, the more I found them to be such compassionate, altruistic creatures. All they cared about was their survival, without even a hint of selfishness. They're not some evil monsters from the sea. Mayors, I can see that seaboards may not be evil, but it doesn't matter what they are, whether they are kindly in life forms or whether they are simply a different form of civilization. It doesn't matter, because Iberia and her Inquisition has not defined seaboards as evil. Seaboards are our enemy, threats to human existence. I have but one thing to say as an Inquisitor. You, all of you, are my enemy. But it would be a good thing for the Inquisition if I were to leave for the city, wouldn't it? Why would you say that it's a good thing for us to toss our problem into another world? That'll be like abandoning our pride. Unless they, the people of the city, give you permission as an Inquisitor, I can't let you do that. Manager Dante, right? You speak. We will hold the line and defend this place against the sea terrors rushing in from the rear. So, in the meantime, you take down mayors and deal with the remaining sea terrors? Absolutely. The manager has responded affirmatively. All operators will be drawing the sea terrors to us. We don't need to take them all down. We just need to act as a wall between the wave and the people in this company. Irene, I would like to ask for your help as well. Master Omnia, please assist in this company just in case.
Okay, then, let the mission begin.
Okay. Oh, okay, we're just in it. Mayor's despair, the repulsiveness of people's ill intent, the fuck, all kinds of emotions and memories rise to the surface of Omnia's family from the same ground. Those same thoughts seep into me as well, unfiltered. The sins that people have committed won't just go away. Humanity fought the gods that this mayor is trying to set up to privacy. They devoured humanity, their civilization, and the city they came from. So I don't think that's the right way to go. As long as Dante and the people of these company refuse. This isn't like the time our chief we go. In place of the light, a speck of darkness casts a shadow. Change power courses through all sinners gain emotional connection with this power.
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が。
불가 위야 마감해진 사료
Okay, pal. You don't got what it takes. Fuck, you may have got what it takes. Don't attack that guy. I don't want that.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨지는 자.
Ah, you stupid noobs.
하지 마라.
How do you not sacrifice that? Heads through?
승리를 위해서라면
It's okay, activate this guy so we can just kill him.
넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 숨통 끊기.
ドクターのように 이거리가 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만適した攻撃でなくても最善の選択だったはずです
That should move a lot of her things. That didn't. Nice.
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です
I really want. Okay. Oh, in the. Is this clashable? Okay, it is. What is that attack weight, bro? You do not need that much attack weight, dude. This power plus 1 for every 3 gives us per amount of the main target. Max 9. Target ally deals 0 damage. Target. Okay, who has the least amount? That was not possible. I'm not gonna hit it.
흑순 뒷박질 중.
Are you fucking kidding me, Foss? Are we Foss, I swear to God, if you lose this clash, I'm going to be so fucking mad. Okay.
흑순
Foss? There's no way that happens 2 times. No. Okay. Faust, in the most polite way possible, if you fail this clash, I am going to rip you limb from limb. That's the nicest way I can put it. That's what's going to happen.
기당천.
Oh my god, thank god. Oh my god, thank god.
아득한 여정. 멈추지
I was
마시오.
actually, if she lost that clash, I was going to castrate myself on stream.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね
But I deal so much less damage. I'm gonna hit this. I still don't, not 100% sure on what the fuck that thing does, but I'm gonna hit it. Why are you still- okay. Again. Round 2. Oh, it's favored this time. Oh, that's not nice. Oh.
다음은 어디로?
What is she? Stop! Stop it this instant! Oh! Domain expansion infinite void! What the fuck? Is this the second stage? It is. You've aged a lot since the last time we met, Fabi. Is this a characteristic of your subrace? You haven't aged a day. So, what brings you to the Church of the Deep? Seaboards are indispensable in our preparation for the impending doom. Nothing, I mean nothing else can ensure the survival of humanity. Thus, it would only be right for me to join hands with those who are able and willing to become seaboards, to search for a way to prolong our existences. You're looking to use the knowledge of the wise and the talented as nourishment for the seaboards. But that won't do anything more than prolong our existences. But is survival alone not enough? I thought a bishop of the church would share a majority of their belief with me. Fabi, you and I both have our faith in the Seaborns, but the word faith might mean something different for you than it does for me. Seaborns shouldn't be our object of worship. We have to stand on equal ground as them and set our eyes on their natures. Please, step aside. No! The light of the city, the hearts that were lost, the emotions that were forgotten, a sense of self that... No, that's enough of that. But I'd like to hear more about the light. The light that has sprouted from the 10 virtues. And the image those words drew in my mind was clearer and more beautiful than ever. Terra, the city, they've both failed to find a way out of this bridle. If they're going to be satisfied with living on as they are, then...
You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, you have to keep walking.
survival worth of life. As I've never been too certain about either of those complicated ideas, I had no unflinching creed with which to convince her. That's not to say that the city has no need of the altruistic nature Mayors wants to bring back. That's not to say that I have a better answer than a combination of seaboards and the like. Even still, the emotions, the regrets, the conversations I've found and collected over this journey alongside the sitters become my answer, and I tickle on. Tickle on, dude! Honestly, I don't really know the city all that well either. My memory only goes back a year, but for what is practically my entire existence, I've been surrounded by the sitters on our adventure. Still, we want to keep trying. You're right, the city is an absurd, vicious place. Something new and horrible surprises me every other day, but Mayors, that light you spoke of, I don't think that's what protects the ego, the sense of self. To protect it, you have to first look unflinchingly both ways. The path that lies ahead and the one you walk, then you confront them both. You're telling me I have to go back to wandering for so much time again, in search of that new answer? You won't be alone on that path. Walk it together, relying on one another. It won't feel as long. Trying to carry such a heavy burden all by yourself, Miss Maze, it's such a prideful thing to do. Tides carry away the windows to Mayors Pass, soon devouring them by beyond vision. It's almost as if Mayors of the Dungeon of the Fathomless know the ocean itself is fusing into one. A majority of distortions encountered by the Must team have assumed a form generally recognized as an organic entity. However, there is nothing preventing a distortion's form from breaking that boundary and taking a different shape, as it may vary by the individual's desires. As we were taking some time to catch our breaths, a few small machines tumbled to the ground, shot from one of the trembling fathoms. It must be one of those mysterious machines in Mayors' home we saw when we peered into the memories. The machines continued to whir loudly as though the waves broke them. In max HP and HP healing boost, enhances the effects of the Endless Saint, gains safeguarding effects and stagger, an effect that counteracts the growth range. Safeguarding effects like a stagger. That's how it works. All sitters gain little hand incremental moves power for the duration of the encounter. Does that just remove stagger? What does it do? Well, I stagger skill short from every ally unit. When stagger and immediately recover stagger have both sort of effects to it. Perfect! Are we on top of it? Like, I don't get. Oh, we are! Hit this thing!
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Stab yourself!
기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다.
아득한 여정. 멈추는
What is that? What is that? Stop doing that. What is that? I don't want. Oh! Ow.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
Oh. Oh, it wasn't hopeless. Ow. Okay, what did you— I thought it would unstagger them, what the fuck?
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
Yeah, with the dang in ya.
Wreck you!
알겠지만
Nice! Big damage. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes!
エンバスカンパニーの皆さんとご一緒できて
Boy, she's
本当に
dead.
嬉しいです
Persuades. Nope, none of that. Oh, okay, that stagger thing is just useless. Unless, oh wait, no, this comes stagger. Okay, it doesn't protect from that. Might have a sun shower later. Oh. Nah, Hanglu got it. Hanglu got this.
흑수입니다. 뒷박질 준비.
물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
Yeah!
모든 무척 풍진 세상.
Oh god, she's doing it again.
Stop! Hey, you stop that! Oh, it's beautiful.
Not cool, dude. Okay, that thing is hit it. This guy lives. He has 161 health. He lives this.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
Maybe hit heads once in a while, you know. No! Why did that do so much damage? Why aren't you guys duo? Oh, please live, Sinclair. Oh, goodbye, Sinclair.
Bye!
Shit's fucked, ain't it? Nice going, Gregor. Nice. Stagger though. Fuck. Guard.
무상은 없음.
Oh yeah, unopposed attacks from coming in. Get rid of that shield. Honglu is about to die. Oh, yep.
상념으로 맑은 하늘 가리고 이 한 몸 바쳐
Who?
땀 모든 피 쏟아내리 이깟 더러운 피에 무릎 꿇을 소야.
Damage. Kill. Now.
콱 물어버리자고. 엇! 자! 숨통 끊기.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
바람 불어오는 대로
Yeah! Mission accomplished, yo! It's true that people scrutinize others for differences to find something they can hate. But it's also true that it's often those very differences that people look up to. Mayors, do you still want to go to the city?
No. I'll remain here in Terra. I'll broaden my studies and I'll talk more. Oh, she's back! I'll find a new path toward realizing my wish.
Battle complete! Vessel massage! It's slowing down!
Here, unconscious, the mental strain seems to have taken its toll. It all happened inside the Dungeon of the Fathoms, but it can't have been too easy on her mind to send so many waves after us. What'll happen to Miss Mayers now? First, we'll wait for the Inquisition's ruling, then bring her to Rhodes Island. Her efforts were misguided, but she also had Terra's best interests at heart. Together, I'm sure we can discuss a better way forward. What if she's sentenced to death? Then we will need to offer a different proposal. We can consider it when we get to it, Doctor. It's finally over. All I have left to do is go back, as we were prepared to leave with our hearts much lighter than they were earlier.
Hold on, everyone! Something's rapidly approaching us.
A low thrumming roar vibrates in the air as a strange shadow looms over the ship. Where'd this shade come from? Whoa, wait, is that? Almost as if driven by instinct, Ishmael takes the radio from Gregor and runs into the control room. Something must have clicked over his head as she also turned and ran after Ishmael. If those two are running into the bridge... Brace! Grab onto something! The currents are going wild. Wait, no, something's causing these currents to go wild. We'll try our best to maintain evasive maneuvers for as long as possible, but we can't do this forever. If the situation does not improve, we may have to take the vessel themselves to cross the dimensional door. Does Rhodes Island have a way out of this quandary? Not at this moment, but we have to come up with one now, and fast. Dante, does anything come to mind? We should figure out why the seaboard's coming after us. Copy that. I'll focus on steering the ship, so keep us updated. With that, the ship immediately begins a sharp turn, narrowly dodging the ponderous body of the sea as it swings by.
The knight is gonna come in here and save us.
An aura farm. Just why could it possibly be coming after the ship all of a sudden? Could it be that Fabius is ordered? They're coming after me. Skri, you... Yes, I'm the enemy and the Bithel Hunter. As though to prove it, the giant beast began to charge against the bow of the ship at the moment Skadi repositioned herself there. Just what are the Abyssal Hunters? Why are they so gung-ho over trying to kill you? Abyssal Hunters are those who hunt sea terrors and seaborns. Of course, this isn't based on any emotion, such as vengeance or resentment. But Skadi's, well, that's not important right now. What matters is that they're solely targeting Skadi. Operators of Rhode Island are heavily fatigued at this moment from their long defense against the waves in the Dungeon of Fathoms. The same could be said for us and Miss Amina, who battled mares in the meantime. To engage that seaboard in this particular circumstances. Oh! Something shakes the vessel dust once again. It puts us down. There's more. There are indeed multiple entities surrounding our ship. However, a violent destructive sound crashes through the waves toward Vessel Sauce. Past a sudden wall of mist there was... We're lucky. Or was this simply how it was supposed to go?
I fucking called it! I'm so smart! Isharmala!
Sir Knight!
2 seaboards! It's gonna be fine, Miss Inquisitor. If he's the same knight we fought earlier, I doubt he'll be able to stop himself from trying to get that giant of the sea monster. Like Hongmu said, the knight charged straight at the great rough wave, the great seaboard, as though he hardly noticed our presence. If we could help the knight repel that seaboard, we just might have a shot at sending Limbus company back from the dimensional door and escaping more than us vessel Massas ourselves.
It doesn't seem like we'll all be able to bid you goodbye.
Are you sure you're all going to be okay? We can stay a little longer now.
I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but...
Amiya pointed toward the dimensional door, which had shrunk significantly smaller since the first time we saw it.
we don't have much time.
I wonder if it was only supposed to open for a set period of time, or what if it's closing now? Because our work here is done. There's precious little we could learn about it now, but it was obvious that our time there was coming to an end. Thanks, Amiya. We would have been lost for a while in this world if it weren't for Rhodes Island's help. Well,
thanks to you, we should be able to sufficiently study the dimensional door before we return. Rhode Island has become an official state of the United States of America.
do you have any idea how big the pile of paperwork is going to be at the Inquisition? Merida, try not to drop it in the area next time. You got that? Sure. Let's all stay nicely put in our own ways. As the Great Seaboard briefly falters at the combined might of Skadi and the Knight, the ship's bow managed to stop just from the vessel door. Manager, now's your chance. Get to the dimensional door. Someday, I hope we can meet again.
Someday, I hope we can meet again. We shall take our leave.
No, we shall take a leave. Let's return to the city. The sea had turned into a brutal battlefield. Terrible wars contending with one another. After taking one final look at Rhode Island's defending the vessel Massas, we leapt to the pitch-black darkness at the center of the dimensional door. Swept away by the tides of consciousness. Then, where is this Yi Huang Wangyang? I looked around and see the sinners strewn about the room, dozing off. I see you have crashed like that all the time, but how did everyone crash at the same time, sitting against the walls?
I was just gonna fit into the lore. We're just gonna fucking forget.
A bizarre sensation that something was truly amiss crawls up my spine. You have come too. Now that you have come to, I request that you continue your rest in your chamber. Your presence here makes it difficult to conduct cleaning activities in areas adjacent to your body. Huh? What? You just came through the dimensional door after you were transferred here after the LCCA discovered your company unconscious at the entrance of a lobotomy corp branch. I feel like I just went through a memorable experience, but I can't recall. And yep, we just forgot everything. In that moment, a certain voice briefly surfaces from the abyss of my memories before sinking again. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life. I think that's... There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life! Which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. The worth of life. I don't quite recall who said that, or even where I heard it from. Honestly, I don't even understand what it means.
You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then, even if you may be lost in the ideals.
Even still, some of those words left a lingering impression on my heart.
You have to keep walking.
Unable to sit still, I got up from my seat and began waking up the sitters one by one. Yeah, it's not like we're getting anywhere getting anything done here. On your feet, guys. Time to get to work. The sitters each began waking up, some of them looking around to get their blessings? Their merits, I'm stupid. Like they were just pulled out of a long dream.
또 한 줄
Oh!
키를 남겨.
That was good. I don't know if it's gonna get me to play Arknights though, because I just know it's a tower defense game, and I hate tower defense games.
홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
I wish there was voice acting, since this is limited. I feel like voice acting would have made it a little more special, but... And I wouldn't have had to voice the characters and sound like an idiot. There were certain things I wish they, like, brought up in the main story, like that Merceau line. It was fine. I don't really care that much about it. But it's Limbus content, so that's good. I like Limbus content. I think the big takeaway here is that that entire thing was Don Quixote's fault.